Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 BC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on the N64. Personally I think this is the greatest game ever. The whole point of the start is, well, the start of the screen and everything, you get to choose your name and everything, but it's pretty boring and the like, so I'm just going to skip the game footage. So here we go then. This isn't technically the start. You've got about 10 minutes of story and you've also got to go around getting your sword, getting your shield and everything. But if I show you that, then the review would literally consist of getting the sword and shield because it takes 15 minutes. So you start the game and as I say you have to find that, and this is basically the first dungeon, which in the outside world, which I'll show you a little bit later on, you just have to run around and you will get clues from people, which again I'll show you, and you'll find dungeons. So the whole point of the game is, if you've ever played Zelda before, you've got to go into the dungeons, you'll find maps, you'll find compasses, you'll find keys, although not when you're a child on this one. You only get the keys and the boss keys when you're an adult. Again, I'll show you them a bit later. And you fight a boss, and every time you fight a boss you'll get a heart, which extends your life meter in the top left corner. So that's pretty cool. You can also extend your life meter by getting 4 pieces of heart, and basically there's 36 pieces of heart overall, because there's 11 hearts that you can gain from the 3 that you start with, and the dungeons, because there are 8 dungeons plus Ganon's dungeon at the end, so that's pretty cool. But you don't get a heart from Ganon's dungeon. So the whole point is you have puzzles to solve and everything. There's loads of things to do. There's like vines to climb up, there's ladders to climb up, there's switches to hit, there's hidden things. There's even, now that you've got 3D, you can actually take aim with your catapult or your bow and arrow and the likes, go into a first person shooter view there basically, and you can fire and hit things to solve puzzles. So that's that. And the kid part of the game, while it's fun, it's pretty basic, so I'm just going to cut into the adult mode and show you some of the kick-ass gameplay footage. Right, so here we go then. This is basically the adult and this is the outer world. The outer world doesn't change per se. Locations will change with the time difference because obviously now you're 7 years older, but the outer world doesn't really change size or anything, and the whole point is you have to run around for ages trying to get, well, again, find dungeons and find villages and the likes. However, if you don't want to run, you can actually get a horse. So I'm going to shut up now, let you listen to a bit of the music, because I think the tune you call the horse on is fantastic. So there we go, this is your trusty steed Epona. Basically, when you get on her, you can ride around with your bow and arrow, which you get as an adult. Basically, when you're an adult, there's certain items that you can no longer use as a child, like that you could when you're a child. So like, you can't use a slingshot, you get a boomerang, you can't use that, you get magic beans and other such stuff. So you get the bow and arrow, which is more manly, it's more adult and the likes. You can ride around on your horse, you can pop shots off and everything, which is pretty damn cool. You've got carrot meters, which isn't actually feeding carrots, you don't need to buy them or anything like that. That's just basically how many times you can slap a corner and see it go faster and the likes. And you need to build up speed to go over big jumps like that. So that's pretty cool. So basically you will actually need a corner later on in the game, because there are certain sections that you can't access without her. So you do definitely want to find her, not just because it actually frees up a hell of a lot of your time. One of the cool things about the game is, because you go on back and forwards in time and the likes, you can actually do things as a child to make your life easier as an adult. So you can actually plant magic beans that as a child they do nothing, they just sprout. But as an adult they do these little platforms that allow you to go all over the place, which is pretty cool. As an adult you can also get different tunics. The one I'm currently wearing is the water tunic. It basically allows me to go underwater without dying, because you can swim in the likes as both a child and an adult, and, well, I say swim, you pretty much just float around and you can dive a bit. But as an adult you can actually put on steel boots, or iron boots even, that'll basically allow you to sink to the bed of the lake or the temple, wherever you are at the moment with water, and basically walk around. And without the blue tunic you would actually drown after about 1:30. Underwater, the only item you can actually use is what's known as the hook shot or the long shot, which is just the upgrade, it's just longer. Basically the whole point of it is you aim in first person again, and then where the red dot goes it fires. It can kill some enemies, but not most, not many. The whole point of it is though, it's actually used for puzzles and the likes. It'll hook onto special things that'll have you fly all over the place. So this is the first one here that I can actually show you, so I'll just show you this now. and there you go. So that's pretty much what you do. The temples are pretty cool how they work. This one here actually has different water levels. You've basically got to find these switches that you then play a secret song to, which you do get in the game, and it's, well, not so much secret really. And basically they'll raise and lower the water and the likes. There's fire temples where there's all sorts going on with molten lava and the likes, and you have to get special hammers to whack blocks down to walk over the lava. So there's absolutely tons to do on the game. There's tons of items. It's a really lengthy game. The first time you beat it, it'll probably take a good 10 hours easily. You can go into first person game and the likes of the camera. The normal camera controls are absolutely fantastic. There's actually a button you can push to centre the camera behind Link, and it's also the same button that you can use to do what's known as L targeting, which basically allows you to target an enemy, and that means like you can have an easier aim on them when you're firing with bow and arrow and the likes, or you can, if you've got your shield out, you can block easier against them and the likes. So that's that one. Don't really know what else there is to say. There's too much about the game to go on it in full detail, but I think I've given you enough of the gist now to decide whether or not you want it. Graphically, as you can tell, the game is superb graphically. It's not the best game on the N64 graphics wise, but it is still pretty good, and I've already let you listen to a bit of the music. Oh, there is one final thing I should mention: magic meter and the likes. Basically that's the green thing over at the left. You can do magic spells, you can do magic sword attacks and the likes, so that's pretty cool. There's also the options menu, which I really should mention, which houses what tokens you've got. It tells you what songs you've got, so it can refresh your memory. It tells you how many skull chills you've got the map there, and you've got where you select your items. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.